The Sol Feinstone Humanitarian Award is presented periodically to a graduate who, through devotion of his or her resources or personal effort, has demonstrated deep commitment to the advancement of the freedom of people and to pursue and attain personal, professional, and economic freedom. May I ask Dr. Constance Sharp to come forward. Constance Sharp, you face the world with compassion and empathy. Your personal road to recovery, coupled with the path you've led since your sobriety, is inspiring. Topics such as addiction and mental illness are often met with stigma, but you've devoted your professional life to helping others overcome them with dignity. Having earned your PhD in transformative studies, you now serve on the board of directors for Rock to Recovery, a program designed to help non-musicians access the magic, healing, and uplifting power of writing and playing music. Your partnership with organizations such as UNESCO and the VFW has helped improve lives around the world, showcasing the difference you are making. Meanwhile, you have been a devoted member of the university's class of 1994, serving as the class reporter for the St. Lawrence magazine. You're a sustaining saint, having annually contributed to the St. Lawrence Fund, while also supporting the Kenya program, Engaging Africa, and the International House. For these contributions to the world and to the Laurentian community, your alma mater and fellow alumni raise our own voices in praise with the association's highest award. President Fox.
Constance Sharp, on behalf of the university, with concurrence of the Board of Trustees, I'm pleased to present you the 2019 Sol Feinstone Award for Humanitarian Service, and we extend to you our most sincere congratulations.
It's with deep honor that I accept this award. I didn't have the kind of start that our last speaker had. I came to St. Lawrence broken and a budding alcoholic. And one thing I learned how to do here very well is drink. And I drink a lot. In fact, I didn't even know where the TikTok was until my 5-year reunion because I never got out of Sykes. I was just sitting in there drinking all by myself. So I want to talk about alcoholism and addiction and mental illness and things that we're very often afraid to talk about today. I came here to St. Lawrence with complex PTSD, which expressed in depression, anxiety, hypervigilance, and suicidal ideation. In fact, my freshman year, I broke into this chapel because I wanted to kill myself and I didn't know what else to do. And I sat here because this is a place where we come together and we belong, and it helped me through that time. And by the time I graduated from St. Lawrence, I was drinking 2 liters or more of hard liquor a day. I now stand before you more than 20 years sober. I want to share with you some mental health statistics about other people who are suffering. Every day, at least 22 veterans kill themselves. We believe the number is much higher. There are also, among non-veterans, more than 120 suicides in this country every day. Every year, we lose more than 70,000 people to accidental overdose, much of that because of the opioid abuse epidemic. But standing very steady is the statistic that 88,000 people die from alcohol-related deaths every year in this country. That's more than 500 people a day dying from suicide and substance abuse. It is a national crisis. I want to tell you that in recovery, I've had a good life. I've had an amazing life. I have worked with organizations like the Veterans of Foreign Wars, like the United Nations. I have been interviewed for Playboy magazine with my clothes on. I never expected that when I was drinking over in Sykes. And I have become an advocate for people who do not have a voice. I've also had the opportunity to work with a bunch of amazing musicians. I worked at Maverick Records and Sire Records. I worked with bands like the Deftones, Alanis Morissette. I've worked with, for Madonna. For those of you from Canada, I worked with the Tragically Hip. And I've just had a wonderful opportunity to live a life that I never dreamed was possible, because when I graduated from St. Lawrence, within a year, you could see my liver and kidneys because they were so swollen and I was dying, and nobody expected me to live to be 25. And now it is my 25th reunion. St. Lawrence is that candle in the wilderness, and it encourages us to be a light unto others. And the research tells us, I am primarily a researcher, the research tells us that there is good treatment for addiction and mental illness, and there is hope. There are somatic therapies that get at the root of the problem that causes us to drink and use, that help us to release trapped or embodied traumas. And there are complementary and whole health therapies that rewire the brain in positive ways and give us opportunities for creativity and growth. I got involved with the addiction community and addiction treatment 8 or 9 years sober when I was watching veterans come back from Iraq and Afghanistan. And the treatment they were getting was not allowing them to stay sober, and many of them were dying. I also, at 8 or 9 years sober, was suicidal, and I thought, you know what? They didn't serve to die, and I didn't get sober to be miserable. There has to be better treatment, and we've gone out and we've found it. One of the ways that we can bring good treatment to people is with programs like Rock to Recovery. So basically, I'm the doctor who works with a bunch of retired rock stars. And what we do, these are men, they're all men, who are all in recovery themselves and have retired from touring from bands like Korn, Seven Dust, Amen, DI, Kill Radio, Cut You Up, amazing bands. And they go into treatment centers and they form bands with non-musicians, and we write and record songs and upload them to the web so that people have an experience of creativity and of releasing endorphins and of teamwork and of accomplishment. Because when you're in detox and someone who played with Korn walks in and wants to write a song with you, you know that you matter. We work with addicts, veterans, youth, and the mentally ill. We have programs in 3 states, California, Oregon, and Tennessee. We do almost 500 sessions a month, and we have a contract with the Department of Defense to work with the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program. And this year is our first year being international. In July, we'll go to Ramstein Air Force Base to work with the veterans and active duty military there. There is significant need. As insurance laws are changing, it is getting harder for organizations like ours to serve the number of nonprofit organizations that need our services and services of organizations like ours. If you're moved to find out more about Rock to Recovery, you can find us at rocktorecovery, TO, not the number 2.org, or come see me afterwards for a card. If you or someone you love needs help, I want you to know that there is treatment, there is hope. Call me. You can get my number from me, you can get it from the chaplain, you can get it from the university. I want you to know that there is help and you don't have to do this alone. Thank you very much for this award, Ryan.